In today's Do Something With Your Marketing, I want to urge you to look at the condition of your marketing automation and CRM software, looking at the condition of your database. A lot of the times we'll be working around in these various marketing automation packages. Here I'm using Mautic, but if you're using HubSpot or Salesforce or Marketo or Eloqua or Pardot, it doesn't matter. There's a million and a half of these tools. We see the what's in the interface. We see all of our different tools and things like that. We have the ability to send emails. I'm actually getting ready to send out my Sunday night newsletter, of course, because this video goes with it. But we don't get a sense of the health of the database from these tools. In fact, a lot of the times it's pretty obscured, and yet one of the most important things we could know would be, well, what condition is the database in? What condition is our marketing database in? Not the structure and the IT portion, but do we have the right data? Are we collecting all the data we could be collecting? Are we collecting the data we need to be successful? So what I would urge you to do is to do an audit. And the way you do an audit is you export all of the data in your database, and then using the computational or statistical software of your choice, from a spreadsheet to statistical software like R or SPSS. Even, I mean, heck, you could probably find a use case for machine learning to do it. But take a look at the database and take a look at what's in there. So I'm going to show you an example. We're going to use the Almost Timely newsletter here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this is the programming language R. It's a statistical software package. I'm going to take I'm going to run the XDA library, which is exploratory data analysis, and then I'm going to take a look at today's context. I'm going to take the entirety of my newsletter, and I'm going to load it into the software, and it's going to show me here we got 32,000 rows. So there's 32,000 active users in the newsletter right now. This doesn't count extra stuff. It's just active. What do we see in here? So let's look at the numbers. We have two fields, the ID, and we have the number of points. And we can see that the mean number of points is 4.5, the average. So this tells you that, personally, my database is not hugely engaged. And there's a bunch of other statistical data if you want to mess around in here. But this tells me, oh, okay, it's not a super engaged database. That's good to know. There are, obviously, the maximum number is 250. There's some really hyper engaged users. That's some basic information to know about the condition of my database. Now, let's get to the goods here. And I'm going to run a summary of the non-numeric fields here. And what we've got here, this is where, think about it, most of what is in a marketing automation database is non-numeric data. It's name, it's company, title, email, and stuff like that. This is where the rubber hits the road. I've got 30,000 emails on my newsletter list. So there's about 2,000 people for whom I have like social media data, but I don't have an email address. Okay, so there's an immediate takeaway. Figure out who those people are that I don't have an email to. But if I have a social media handle, like a Twitter handle or something, guess what? They go right to a retargeting list because I need to get their emails. I need to get their emails into the database. So that's an immediate takeaway. Let's go and run a retargeting campaign to get some of that information back. So that's one thing. Let's look at another. We have 30,000 emails. So that's kind of the gold standard there. I have 16,000 last names and 9,000 first names. Huh. Well, what do we make of this? This is interesting because it means that I've got I haven't been collecting a ton of information. I'm not collecting a huge amount of personally identifiable information about people. I have a bunch of emails, but I don't have company, position, certainly don't have much in the way of phone numbers. I have some city and state and some country data, but not a ton here. Some time zone information. And so this tells me that if I want to make this database more valuable, if I want to beef up my newsletter and make it more valuable to advertisers, to my company, I need to go and get that data. So how would I go about doing that? Well, the next logical thing to do would be to run some kind of campaign, a giveaway, a contest or something, so that I could go and capture more of this stuff, because this is going to be the valuable stuff that advertisers would care about. This is important stuff. This is critical stuff. If I don't do this, I'm going to have a less thorough database. So what you've just seen in literally 4 minutes is a quick audit and now some immediate actionable takeaways, things I need to do in order to make my my CRM and my marketing automation more valuable. If you have not done this with your company's data, if you have responsibility for the marketing automation system, for the CRM, this is an essential thing to do. So please go do something with your marketing. Go do this audit. Again, you don't have to use R, right? I use R because I'm comfortable in it. You could just as easily do this in Excel and say, show me the number of entries in this column, this column, the number of counts of non-empty things, and it will tell you that. Excel will tell you that. So please do that. You're going to need to do that in order to make sure that your database is as rich as possible. So as always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon. If you want help with your company's data and analytics, visit braintrustinsights.com today and let us know how we can help you.